University Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The postseason rolls on with the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Purdue Boilermakers. Reese Davis along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. The Boilermakers offense will get first crack at it today. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
And there was times during the week where we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week. And we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
They'll move the tight end. Second down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
And listen, that can be the trouble sometimes with running these out routes. You just run out of space, and it wasn't by much, but you can't miss inside. Obviously, that would be a big mistake for the QB. Throws it outside, just runs out of space by a little bit.
So now it's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And how about that? That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Working that left side. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And Reese, obviously you were talking about this guy earlier, and listen, you don't have to overthink this thing on offense, right? Just get our best playmaker the football as often as we can. And there you do a really good job of pushing it down the field. They find the matchup they wanted, David, and right out of the gate, it's an explosive play on offense.
Well, and we were so interested in talking about the matchup of this football game. Could they cover this guy? Or do they have to start doing something different, whether it's double teams, whatever they're looking to try to accomplish? So far, it's not a surprise. The offense won. Now, defensively, what's going to be my answer? Because I can't let that guy beat me for a full football game.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
First down, Purdue.
The Boilermakers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Townsend. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time, trust your read, and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. Right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
And he takes this from inside the 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Tar Heels offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here comes the sophomore running back. He has become a key piece of this offense.
And you got to love this guy's speed. And to me, David, that's the one thing that really separates him from most other running backs in college football. There are so many guys at this level that can make you miss, and they can get in the second level, they can run through tackles, catch the ball, block, all that stuff. This guy, though, has home run breakaway speed. If he gets past your second level, he's out.
And you see defenses take angles on him, and he just outruns them. Like, he's just got that extra gear that's different, that scares you. You can tell people are trying to play so fast to try to catch up. So, #1 job for this defense, man. Try to make him play in the phone booth, right? Like, don't let him get out in space and get matchups like on a linebacker. Not a good matchup from you. You will lose that one.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
To the air, it's Edwards. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Sends it back in motion. The run inside. It's Hall. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Single back formation, and they give it to him. There's a crease. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
And the Tar Heels are marching down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to the running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Finds his man. It's Ship. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Motion from the wideout. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Here's the pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And I absolutely understand wanting to make a play for your team, man, but you've got to know when to give it up. You're at this part of the field, man. This is the part of the field where you throw the football. You get rid of it. You don't take a sack, because what that does now to your field goal operation, it makes it a lot longer. Now the decision becomes a lot harder for this offense when he could have just thrown the football away and not taken the big loss.
And the field goal unit is on the field. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. The field goal is no good. So the score remains 3-0.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out, where are my playmakers? Who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Doug?
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The give to the back. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. At the 35, he's loose. He'll work his way down to the 28.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Boilermakers will line it up on 1st and 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Gets the back moving. He's looking to pass. Looking for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Power ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
PAT unit on the field.
Is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wide receiver comes in motion. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
The Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Edwards. And the pass is incomplete, charged loose by the hit.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, you've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
And the Tar Heels will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Not a lot of room to field this one. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They'll give it to Jarrett Gibson. Got enough for the first. Out of bounds at the 33, but not before the big pickup for the ground game.
When the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll try it over the left side. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The Boilermakers decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They get the timeout called here and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Reese, thanks. You put these two programs together given the seasons they had, and we figured we might get a notable first half in this New Mexico Bowl. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the New Mexico Bowl.
The Boilermakers will kick it away to crank up the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires deep on the run. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
I love the defensive mentality coming out here early in the third quarter. They've got the lead. They know the offense is going to be aggressive and start taking shots. A really nice play call that time, and an even better job in the back end of the secondary being ready for it. It just feels, guys, in this game like the defense is staying one step ahead.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Looking to throw, it's Edwards. Get it out on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
That's caught. It's Thurman. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Fires to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
The RPO, it's complete.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Looking for a push on fourth down. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Out of the gun, they'll run it with Gibson. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, put a fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Had to throw it before he wanted. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Splits the uprights. Good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake. They get to him as he throws. That's caught. It's Thurman. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
Hand off from the shotgun. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Shows him the stiff arm. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it! And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
The Tar Heels with the 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Hauls it in. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Maybe a crease. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
And the Tar Heels will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line.
Well, as soon as the running back got the ball, there was just absolutely nowhere for him to go. It just seemed like the D-line built a wall up front.
Yeah, and a great job. You're thinking pass right away because the draw is supposed to look like a pass first, rushing upfield, but then seeing it, reacting to it, and making sure they let that ball go nowhere. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Touchdown, Tar Heels! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
They'll line up to go for 2. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. He's got it in the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and we have a 1-possession game late. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Looking left. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Rush is on him. He's sacked. This defense all over him. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Makes the grab. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. North Carolina will call its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. And the Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. Pocket breaking down. Buying some time. On the move at the 30. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Tar Heels have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Scanning the field is Edwards. He'll pull it down. Slides, avoids the punishment, and picks up the first down.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the 4th quarter. We've got an opportunity, 1 possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
Wants to throw on first down. He's going to take a shot. Makes a deep grab. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Tight end now in motion. He'll set up to throw. Going for 6. Touchdown, North Carolina! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
He's not going to make it in as this defense comes up with the stop on the 2-point conversion to hold on to their lead. Just under a minute and a half to play, and to have a shot, you got to believe they have to recover this onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Running inside, it's Gibson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. That is the final timeout for the Tar Heels. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Gibson one more time. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
And they'll take a knee. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The kick is on its way. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback.